Good evening. This is K4PEW Net Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. For information on this net, just go right to YouTube, put K4PEW in your search block, and you'll see the face of my radio. You can figure out how your signal compares to others, and also listen to stations that you may not be able to hear with your antenna. But then you're going to have to figure out why so you can improve your station. If you're able, remember, it's a hobby. You don't spend money on things that are going to affect your other things, like your credit rating or your wife's fire. Anyway, um, for information on the net, you can go there to YouTube, or you can go to our regular or irregular website on Simplex. It's 146.415 .net, 146.415.net. Mysteriously similar to our frequency here on FM on 2 meters. You can also go to groups.io. It's GROUPS dot or decimal India Oscar IO. And just search for MJSS, Mount Juliet Simplex Society, in there, and you can see our front page has our net schedule, and also you can sign up for the emails, reminder system, really. It's also a really great place to do postings for information, technical or otherwise, related to ham radio. We have to go to Ann Landers for personal love life experience. You won't get, I don't think you'll get much here that you'll want. Anyway, the net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Sunday, every Wednesday and Saturday night. And we've been doing that for almost 9.5 years now, 8.5 years. I think it's 8.5, yeah. This week we conduct the net, as with always, on 146.415 FM. Simplex purpose of the net is to have fun. I think that I know I have fun. I hope other people have fun. I hope that's why you're here. No one has to be here. Right? If you're not having fun, I really don't want you to be here. If you figure out, I say fun. If you're trying to figure out how well your radio works, I guess that's fun. As far as announcements go, we've got this net tonight, which of course is the 2 meters, and we'll also do 2 meters, and then over to 28.415 upper sideband, and then on to 223.415 on 220 band. There's also a 10-meter net on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. ably handled by Michael KM4YRF. So that's at 7:30 though. That's at 7:30. We do our net right here at 8, and we won't get around to the 10-meter net probably for some 40 minutes to an hour from. There is a breakfast this coming Saturday morning at Golden Corral in Hermitage. Look it up. Golden Corral Hermitage. They don't open the doors until 8, so you can stand out in front of the doors like we do at the welfare office. Stand out there until they open the door. And is there any other announcements? I think Cave City's this Saturday too, if I'm not mistaken. I sent out a notice about that. Cave City Hamfest, that is. Cave City's always there. No other announcements? Great. This is, hold on. There it is. This is net number 876. We're starting from the east, but we'll be taking check-ins from on mobile and short on time first. So please come. Hey, you mobile and short on time there, Kerry?
Yeah, just on time.
All right, very good. Everything going well?
I just sticking my head in the door and saying hello to everybody.
Very good. I hope you have a good night. That was Kerry in Baird's Mill. That's where he is. And it's Kilo 5, great signal. Who else is mobile or short on time?
KE4 TWR mobile.
Wes?
Yeah, you're sounding good. So I'll be listening. That's this big 96 Lebanon. I'll be listening. KE4 TWR.
Yeah, you're bouncing up against S9 again. He is mobile with a brand new. He bought the antenna that I have. I use intermittently on my car. It's a 96-inch, 2 meter only. Yeah, you really have to have a big car to support. But it's a great antenna because it's got the highest gain of any mobile antenna that's sold. No matter unless you want, but that's the most biggest one. I think it's got a 6.5 dBi. I think it is. But anyway, I had a good experience with it. I think Wes is going to. GWI, and Wes is over there north by the lake, kind of northwest of 11. Who else is short on time?
W4EB out over here. Well, he was strong. Yeah, just thought I'd check in. I'll watch a movie. Thanks for what you do. Hope everybody's doing okay. Love you for it.
Yeah, with the number of movies that are on the cable and all those otherwise, you're gonna die before you see them all.
I don't know. I'm almost caught up.
To go up to the ones you and I both grew up with, the black and whites that were built in the 30s.
That's the only ones we want.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. See the Charlie Chan ones?
Did I say what?
The Charlie Chan movies, the detective Charlie Chan.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched him.
Look it up, Charlie Chan, and he calls his son, who's like a goofball assistant, he calls it number one son.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. I forgot. Yeah, he was. That was a good detective show.
Oh, it was fun, but now.
Yeah, that was a gone. I don't know what channel it's on.
No, I don't know either. Anyway, have a good night there, Eddie. That's Eddie in the Gladeville, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo Extra. You know, of course, he could be net control for probably a big area than me. Who else is short on time or mobile? All right, we're taking check-ins from the east. Please come in.
7840HI.
Hey, you made number one easily there. Number one, how you doing there, Jane?
I try to be number one.
Oh yeah, you're doing fine. As long as your family thinks you're number one, doesn't matter what we think.
Yeah, they think I'm number one. Well, I think some of them are number one too.
Of course, yeah. Everything going well?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Saying how this windy weather.
Yeah, it's not too bad out there. It was a nice day today. It got so warm. I took off. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt when I got up. Yeah, long sleeve kind of t-shirt, and I put on a tank top like I'd wear in the summer. It was warm.
Yeah, it was warm, but then the wind started blowing later tonight.
Yeah, it's still nice out there. I opened up the windows. It felt good.
Yeah, I didn't even have to wear a jacket today.
It was great. Unfortunately, when I was working out on the rowing machine, I was sweating like crazy because it was up and it got warm.
Rowing machine?
Yeah, I got a rowing machine that I have in the house.
Doing your exercises?
What's that again?
Doing your exercises?
Oh yeah, no, it's I do about 40 minutes a day on a rowing machine. It's a big pain, but I do it anyway. How do you expect me to keep my girlish figure, James?
Well, I work on it.
Very good. Anything else for the net?
I don't know anything.
Oh, very good. That was James. He's here in Mount Juliet with a big signal. You've been with us a long time on this net. That's Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, James in Mount Juliet. Who else is west? Please come, or east, excuse me. Please come on.
KI4SB, KI4SY. Good evening, Paul.
Hey, were you connecting with Wes and his new mobile rig?
Wes owes me a speaker. I was not expecting that, and he loud. He right here in my back door.
Well, 80 watts and a 96-inch mobile antenna is enough to blow out the doors of anybody.
Pretty much. I'd say that would work.
So everything else going okay?
Everything is under control. We're just sitting over here fat, dumb, and happy.
Well, that's me. Wait a minute.
You're okay. I'll see you Saturday.
So that's my only day where I kind of splurge on the food. I even had carrot cake for breakfast. See, my mother would be slapping me silly if I did that.
Yeah, well, what mama don't know won't hurt her.
I was mentioning that. My wife heard somebody say at work that, some food that somebody brought in for a snack. He said, it tasted so good, it'll make you slap your mama. She had never heard that before.
Have you ever heard the one, if you got a piece of it on your forehead, your tongue will beat your brains out trying to get to it?
I don't think I have, but that's a good one.
I've had food like that. It was that good to me. But anyway, carry on. Appreciate what you're doing. And like I said, we'll see you Saturday. Take care. 7-3 to everybody on the net. KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good. I've also heard that is the best. You got to think about this one for making. Starvation is the best sauce. Anyways, K4PEW with the net control for Richard and Stephanie KI4SOR. Who else is east?
8 Papa Lima Alpha Philip in Lebanon.
Hey Philip, you might have copied West pretty well.
I was actually talking to Kevin just a little bit ago, and I looked at the time and told him, I said, I need to get over to 415. So you may hear Kevin here in a minute.
We were it's, Wes and I have been talking about him earlier, but he just got his 2 meter only 96-inch antenna, and he's got an 80-watt radio. So he's blowing the doors off of people.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Oh, it is. It's good for mobile. Again, it's the highest rated mobile antenna. That's what's nice about it. But again, it's only 2 meters, and it is kind of tall. You'll be trimming trees with a 96-inch antenna if it's trunk mounted.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, I had a little bit of a milestone hobby. I've been doing this for a little over a year now, and I finally got my Hawaii confirmation. I can proudly say that I've worked all 50 states, and I guess Hawaii counts for Oceania, however you say that. So all seven. I'm pretty tickled pink about that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, Hawaii's can be a tough one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All I've got. So I'm going to head down to Dalton this weekend, see what I can get into, and hope anybody that's coming has a safe drive. Everybody has a good night tonight, and thanks for what you do. W8PLA, back in net control.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say you joined another club, and you're up to like.
Sounds
Very good. That's Philip. And well on HF2, worked all states and 5 continents, and they grabbed Hawaii just recently. So that's really great. Yeah, it's been a while since I worked Hawaii, but yeah, it's fun when you realize you're going like 7,000 miles, maybe. What was that, Philip? 7,000?
I did not look at Hawaii, but I will say I activated Cedars 11 State Park, and he confirmed in my logbook. So I did copy his.
Which country was in Africa?
Namibia, down towards the southern part of Africa. The pile up there, Paul, I had all coming at me once, so I was just jotting them down just as soon as fast as I could.
Oh, I'm with you. You're right. I forgot about in the state. Yeah, you can't get into a long-winded conversation or you tick off everybody on the planet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I'm gonna WAPLA.
Yeah, Philip in Lebanon. Well, East Lebanon. Excuse me. Tucker's Crossroads. Whiskey 8 Papa Lima Alpha. Who else is?
Okay, I'm sorry, T.
We had a lot of East today. How you doing, Stan?
Doing pretty well, Paul. How about yourself?
Okay, had dinner and I feel comfortable at least for the next 20 minutes.
It sounds good.
You may worked all zones.
I haven't really worked, or I haven't really tried for new bands. I haven't had any luck with Nepal.
Nepal, I'll bet. How many operators can there be in Nepal?
Not very many. Worked Namibia on a couple of bands, and crap, I can't remember the 58 WW on any bands lately though.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I got to get more active on the bands, but my life as I wanted to. Anyway, that was Stan. Anything else for the net?
No, that's all, Paul. Back to net. Okay, for HQE.
Very good. That's Stan. It's Kilo Mike for Hotel Quebec Echo, and he is in just a little bit north of downtown Lebanon. Who else is east? To the north.
Kilo 4, Bravo Whiskey Alpha, Ricky at 4.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing just fine. Long time no hear.
Oh yeah, I get with the nets. I do. I so infrequently get on other nets, so I haven't been even on your net recently.
Oh, roger that, roger that. Yeah, I went back to retired not too long ago, and I'm trying to catch up with all my nets. I've been doing a pretty good job. I just haven't caught.
Oh yes, you got to retire from retirement because that retirement's got 2 stagnants. You got to get more stagnant.
Retired, and it took a little bit to get readjusted to finding things.
I'm getting more involved with the radio and the nets and different things, and doing a lot more HF. I'm still going to cook and like cupcakes, cakes, cookies. I never did get too much of that, so I'm thinking about that. That's well for about the last year and a half, and then I cooked for a little gas station slash restaurant where I did breakfast there. Yeah, I've cooked for a living several times in my life. Cooked for Cracker Barrel once before for about 4 years. Then I managed a down in Fayetteville for a little while. So yeah, I've cooked for I've cooked quite a bit. Eat, so a person likes to eat, they can cook.
Oh, that's awesome. I can't imagine being a fast food restaurant like Sonic though. That must be crazy.
Oh, Roger that. It was. It was very, very hectic. But you know what? It becomes second nature after you get used to it. It's just for you kind of prepare for the rushes and things. I mean, it's good to hear from you, and I'm glad I was able to get back onto the net, and I'll be checking back in with.
Absolutely. You got a great signal tonight, by the way, Ricky.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, are really good. I mean, everybody was sounding good on my end too. All 11 and whatnot. I'm hearing everybody, so probably showing favor on us tonight.
Yeah, very good. Refresh my memory. Are you in Portland? I'm trying to remember. Hey, go ahead, Richard.
If y'all can't hear Ricky, there's something wrong with your receiver because he put the full signal on me down here and left it. Carry on. KI4SIP.
Yeah, very good. I'm trying to remember. You're in Portland, Ricky. I forgot.
Yeah, Roger that. I'm up here in Portland, and Richard. I usually say that for Richard. Whenever he checks in, I always tell him, well, if you ain't hearing Richard, you better check your antenna because he's got one of the best signals in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, he's doing great. Well, you're doing great too. Well, I do appreciate what you're doing up there and for the world of Simplex. I'm thrilled that we've got several Simplex nets going on in Middle Tennessee and up in South Kentucky. So Simplex is coming back.
Oh, Roger that. I actually like it best. I wish now I did nothing but Simplex, but I'm not going to abandon my other net because I get on that and got some great followers there. But I do favor Simplex better. Well, I don't want to hold up and draw out, and I get long-winded. I just want to say God bless everybody out there. 73s. This is Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha for Paul in the net.
Very good. That's Ricky in Portland, Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha, and he does a Simplex net. You used a time on that, didn't you, Ricky? I forgot to make that change in my reminder calendar.
Oh, yeah. Hey, this Thursday, in fact, we changed it to 7 o'clock. We were competing with too many nets out there that were at 8 between the nets. So people checked in and they decided it'd be best to go to 7 o'clock. And I decided that, yep, I think that's a good idea. So we're trying that out this 7.
If you haven't checked in the Ricky's net up Thursday nights. Anyway, that was Ricky. He's in.
Right.
As always, you sound good.
Good. Well, I heard that I think I doubled with somebody, but that's the last couple of nets, I think. But anyway, glad to be back. We ran over to Pigeon Forge. What a zoo. We met the New York grandkids there for a day and a half of fun and expensive meals.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's great, though. Why do you say it was a zoo? Was it that busy?
By July standards, no. But we night and had to take a shuttle. The events, they have a big Ferris wheel 20 feet high or something like that. Kids learned to do that, so we did that. But the parking lot was full. Yeah, not that bad, but almost.
Well, that was my. I went to Gatlinburg the first time, not the last time. The first time I was there, and that was in. Didn't want to see dolphins. It seemed like the wrong place. Eastern Tennessee.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Because I've been going over there lots of years. Probably 50 or 60, and lots of quaint little shops, and of course they had the candy stores and the fudge shops and the stuff like that. But they, believe it or not, they didn't have an aquarium, although the aquarium is pretty neat. But it was quaint. Pigeon Forge has just been in your face commercialism and one right after another for 10 miles.
And you get lots of yogurt too.
Yeah, right.
I used to do that in Florida. People used to come down and visit me or whatever in Florida, and they go, "Hey, we want to go to Disney World." I go, "Are you fishing or something?" Because I hate Disney World.
Yep. Well, our granddaughter was on a review trip, so she wanted to see Eastern North Carolina, New York. So it was a pretty good hike for them. But they brought her down. It's winter. Kids were all out of school. We got to see them all and spend a little time with them. So that was great. That's all.
Yeah, very good. Bravo Zero, November goes in north. Well, it's kind of northwest Wilson County. That's where it is. Who else is north?
KBI.
I got a competitor in there too, Frank. I got Brent in. Hold on one second. No, I'll stay with Frank for the moment. You got a bigger signal. How you doing, Frank?
Good, Paul. How you doing?
Doing great. Beautiful day today.
Yeah, no, I saw it out the window. I had to work. I worked from home, but didn't really get to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm with you. I remember those days. If you spend the time indoors, somebody asked me, "How is it outside?" I don't know.
Yeah, I went. I went and got the mail, and I said, "Oh boy, do I have to go back to work?"
Yeah, very good. So, anything happening in your HF or FM AM world?
No, I haven't. Been. I'm sitting there listening to everybody, which, by the way, all the signals have been awesome. I can't. It would be the first time I heard everybody like screaming in here, so I think the conditions today. But no, I haven't really done anything on HF lately. I'm hoping to get some.
Very good. Well, very good. Well, that was good. We'll get Brent in there in a second. That was Frank. Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo West, Wilson, well, it's northwest, Mount Juliet, that's where it is. Who else? Brent, how are you?
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec. I'm doing great up there. I think our signals are working good because it blew all the antennas.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Your foot working okay?
Yeah, actually, it's doing pretty good. Just getting some feeling back and working great.
Yeah, well, let's not that happen again, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of take it easy, so at least know.
Carrying things for super operate. It's got that like that prison entry gate, with the revolving bars. And her foot got stuck in the gate, and she fell backwards right on her back. And she was struggling for several days because she hurt her back. She went and got an X-ray, and now she's going to get an MRI.
I hope she's okay. I mean, we're not climbing these falls like we used to.
Oh yeah, we used to bounce before.
Yeah, no joke. It's kind of crazy. When I do make recoveries, it's in leaps and bounds. It's not just a slow thing.
I know. I asked my wife today. I said, because we had made a trip, and I was complaining to her about. I said, what was I complaining about? Because I was having a hard time keeping up with her walking. I heard something, and she goes, I don't know. Was it? I couldn't even remember. It's just another ache and pain I had.
Yeah, yeah, I like the part I don't remember because I'm doing that all the time now.
I know it's crazy. Anyway, anything else for the net, Brent?
No, guys, I'll catch you when you go over to the 10 meter.
Very good. We'll see you there. That was Brent in Northwest Wilson. Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor. Who else is north?
KO4OK.
Hey, stranger. You haven't been on the net in a while. A lurker. That's what you are.
No, I wouldn't go that much. I'd say I'm a retiree.
Now things are going well here. You enjoying your retirement?
I am, and things are getting crazy. I got about 5 dance sessions set up this year, competitions, and sort of busy with that. And but everything's good. I was actually I'm in the Yazoo area, and it's near the old Hickory by the river. And I just thought I'd see if you could catch me.
Oh yeah, I got you fine. I don't. I hear you fine. I wasn't looking at the meter, but you sounded at least as good as you were at pounds.
Well, I'm just a little closer, but I'm on the mobile. But I'll let you get back to it. I know you've got a lot of other waiting. Good talking to you, Paul. I'll catch you in here next day or two. KO4OK out on your phone.
Very good. That's Roy, who had an S7, by the way, a mobile. Kilo Oscar for Romeo. Excuse me. Kilo Oscar for Oscar. Kilo Echo. Who else? And he's normally in Madison, but he's mobile. Who else is north? Wow, I didn't get any of that. Unless it was a double. Try it again, please. Somebody? I think I heard Kilo 4, but I didn't hear the rest of it. Okay, KO4, I got that much. Is anybody copying that station better than me?
SDK.
It is Sierra Delta Kilo?
Sarah Victor, I believe.
All right. Who's guessing the right number here? Because I can't copy it real well.
Is that Michael out of Cottontown? If it is, it's Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra Golf Kilo.
And that's a firm?
Victor, V is in Victor. D is in dog. Oh, it's SVK is in Victor. V is in Victor. Oh, I got it. SGK is in golf.
Oh, got that. And it's KO4 Sierra Golf Kilo. Is it Michael? Is that correct?
So that's correct.
Oh, very good. I don't think you've checked in before. I don't think you have, Michael. Yeah, you guys. Somebody's gonna have to give me a translation. I can't copy everything Michael's saying.
Paul, she said she checked in once before, but that was a while ago.
Do I have the right name, Michael? Mike, what was that?
She asked how it's going for you.
Oh, it's going great for. Let's see, a KO4. I haven't heard from you before. I'm just wondering, how did you find out about the net? Michael.
Scanning and heard it and decided to join in.
Oh, very good. You're welcome at any time, as you hopefully you know. I've been accused one time. He says, "You'll talk to anybody." And I said, "Of course, it's ham radio. We do talk to anybody who wants to talk, because it's a friendly area to be." And I'm glad you're there. I don't know what type of antenna you have or your elevation, but your signal's, I'm guessing, pretty low to me. I'll have to look it up on the web on the map on where you are. But usually I can hear people up in your neck of the woods pretty good, but it can be bad because you're about. It'd be okay. I'm not sure, but anyway, I appreciate you being there. That was Michael, Kilo Oscar, Quebec, and it is Cottontown. That is correct. Yeah, very good. Glad to have you there. Hope you're having a good day, and I hope you can hear some of those people from your end of the world. I'm having a little tough time with. Hopefully, you can hear some of us besides me. Anyway, Kilo Oscar 4, Sierra Golf Kilo, first time check-in. Apparently found us on the scanning the vans. That's where we are. We're here twice a week. In fact, more than most people want us to be here. Anyway, who else is North?
For VUW North is that page.
KD4 VUW. How you?
Doing all right. The rain blew through here a little bit. I believe it's down to the east of us now. That's about it. So things look like calmed way on down for what they were saying a couple of days ago, so which is good. Thought I'd check in. Been listening to the net. Sounds like it's been a good one. I don't know how many you're up to. I wasn't counting, but it sounds like there's been quite a few in there tonight. Anyway, so you maybe get some more check-ins. So with that said, I believe you're for VUW. This is KD4 VUW. That's Page Oak Grove.
Yeah, Oak Grove. I love that name. Makes it sound fancy to me. Yeah, Carlin. Now you sound pretty good. I was going to mention something else about that. I forget what it was, but Beth Page, Oak Grove. As far as the number of check-ins, yeah, I don't even know the number. It's about 20, I guess, by now. But yeah, you sound good. I'm glad to have you in there. And it's Carlin and Beth Page. Who else is north? North or west, excuse me.
All right.
Okay, there was a slight double in there, but I did catch Jeff in there first. How you doing, Jeff?
Even all of that, I'm doing all right. Just kind of hanging out, so here I am.
Yeah, retirement treating you well?
Oh yeah, I have no complaints.
Yeah, well, in a way, I don't know if you do, but I used to. I don't miss working anymore, but every once in a while, I miss other things about getting out and around, being out of the house.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. But I was out today, running around, running a few errands, so I do get out and about.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Doing anything on HF?
So say again about HF?
Oh, I said I wonder if you were doing anything good on HF.
Oh, I try to. I've been playing over some. I think I'm kind of like in a no where I live. I can hear stations, they can't hear me.
Oh yeah, I know the feeling. Either that or just get an amp. Of course, they're expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, maybe one of these days, but not now.
Oh yeah, in fact, I was just happened to run across it, and I was curious. I saw a used, pretty sure it was used, 500 watt amp for 10 meters, and it was $600. I go, I don't think I want to buy one amp that only does one band. You know what I mean?
Neither would I, but I think those are mostly, for C beers, and they can, tweak them a little bit to work on, where they talk.
Oh no, that's great. There was a 12 meter band. You're right. That's exactly what it was. And that was the one made.
Yeah, that handheld I got that, I got in touch with the vendor. They're going to send me another one. So apparently this one has got an issue with it because you won't even break squelch on it on this band, and didn't break it on 20 meters. But I can hear you just fine on my Yaesu HT. So they're going to send me another. We'll see how that works.
Oh, awesome. So there may have been a problem with it at the beginning. That's good. I'm glad you didn't have to wrestle with that. I'm glad you called them right off. Solved a lot of issues. Anyway, that's Jeff. He's in Madison, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Very good. Okay, Michael.
Doing pretty good for an old guy, Paul.
Wait a minute. I think you're just a little younger than me. Stop saying old.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not recovering from bronchitis. It seems like it's permanent in me, so I'm not terrible, but I live with it.
Yeah, I got an inhaler. The doctor gave me an inhaler. That helped. Has helped better than anything, and I still got several days left of it. So hopefully by the end it'll be over.
Yeah, I'm hooked on that inhaler, man. I can do a lot if I take 3 or 4 hits on that.
I'll bet you could.
Oh boy. Anyway, that's Michael. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and he is just west of the BNA Nashville Airport. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson.
Hello, Jack. How does your garden grow with 77-degree weather, man?
Man, I'm loving this. I've got spring fever.
Everything's budding, I take it, in your area?
Well, I do have my daylilies are coming up and garlic's coming up, and yeah, things are working out there.
Yeah, it is amazing. I did some. I hadn't noticed, but then I run out and looked at it. Yeah, the buds are coming out on the bushes and the trees.
Oh, we'll have another cold snap. Don't be fooled. It happens every.
I am looking forward to some nicer weather. Various chores done outside on the house, so I'm not looking forward to it, but I got to do it.
Well, thanks for doing that, Paul. I'm looking forward to the breakfast Saturday. I hope to see everybody there. And thanks for doing what you do. And 73, everybody.
Very good. That was Jack. He is in Donaldson. He will go for India Lima Victor. Who else is West?
Kilo Golf 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hey, very good. Everybody does sound great tonight. Really, you sound fantastic. Man.
Yeah, it wasn't good when I was mobile, but here at home sounds good. Yeah, that was me talking about everything budding up, including the wild garlic. And but like Jack said, we'll get hit again with a cold snap or two. We're just midwinter.
Yeah, it amazes me that it's 77 degrees in February. It kind of cracks me up.
Well, on the next net, KD4C.
Very good. That's great. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else is West?
78-4 FHY, Paul in Old Hickory.
Very good, Paul. Your call always gets me messed up in my head. WA4. That's, I don't see too many A's. Why is that?
Well, this one goes back a long time.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, now I'm kind of getting used to the MNO, MNO, and even the Q. We're going down the list.
Yeah, I'm amazed at some of the calls I hear. I assume they're all legitimate.
Oh, thrilled that there's new people moving into the hobby. It's all good. I tell that story. I've told it before. In Tampa, it's a big club. They had a nice ham fest. I would practically covered an acre, of stuff, people, but I was disappointed. I was disappointed because at that point I think, I forgot how old I was. Yeah, I was like 58 years old or whatever. I was the youngest guy there. It was upsetting to me. I said, "Where are all the young people?"
Wow. By the way, I don't know if anybody else told you or not, but to the best of my knowledge, well, I know this Saturday is Dalton, and Cave City, I believe, is next Saturday, first Saturday of March.
It's about Cave City. I don't know if you saw that. I just couldn't remember which Saturday it was, but Dalton is this Saturday. So.
Anyway.
Foxtrot Hotel West or South?
Yeah, 4 Captain.
Hey, Tony. I'll
Out chasing trash trucks.
Doesn't sound so good, There's ambulance chasing.
And the size of basketballs.
Oh my God! Again, the same thing on 40 right here in Mount Juliet. It looks like somebody dumped a trash truck all along the interstate, west of the Mount Juliet exit. It's disgusting.
Well, I passed it on to T-Don along with all the information I had, so maybe something will come of it.
I'm just wondering, does anybody know on the net why it's the federal DOT, why they aren't regularly having cleanups on the highways? They used to, I thought.
They do. In fact, they do it here in Smyrna.
Okay, well then you have seen it. I've never seen one here. Of course, I'm not out that much, so I'm not a good judge of who's out. That's why I asked.
Well, yeah. No, there's an effort, but there's a bigger effort to put it.
Yeah, but again, you only need 1% of the population and vendors, or to do that, to make a giant mess. That.
Yep, that's true. Anyway, that's all I got. K450.
Yeah, they're the lower one. Kilo Foxtrot Quebec. Not the highway, not the major highway, but that entryway. session, beer, wine, because otherwise, if nobody does anything about it, well, it'll end up being like a garbage dump. Anyway, Tony's doing a good job with that. Anybody else, south or west? South or west or anywhere?
4 Tango Golf X-ray, John, I'm not sure.
Hey, John, give me your call one more time. I only half heard you because
KO4 TGX, John, I'm not sure.
yes, KO4 Tango Golf.
Well, Paul, just looking to learn.
Oh yeah, it's all good. How long have you been a ham?
A couple of years.
Okay, because I don't. It's not like I qualify. Oh, he's a tech. He's a general. I never go down that road. Did you get past tech okay though?
Yeah, good general.
Awesome. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, the tough one to me was the extra. I had to really work hard to study for that one.
I thought about it. I just got around to doing it.
I decided all 3 as quickly as I could because I know me. If I stopped at general or if I stopped at tech, I'd procrastinate. I took the tech, I took the code test, I took the general, and I took the extra in about, I don't know, 65 days. And the people in the club I went to, they go, "Where have you been?" I go, "I don't know, man. I just decided I'd get them all done. Otherwise I'd never get them done."
So,
It was to me, I knew that I'd stall because it does. It took me, I would study, like for the general, I had to study. I took like an hour or more a day going over the material every day for about 30 days before I took the test. So yeah, I just knew that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't get it done. Anyway, I loved it. Yeah, it's great to get extra, but that's the neat part.
so I just didn't put the time and effort.
Oh, believe me, I understand. I know one guy who's been in the hobby for 50 years and he's still a tech. I know another guy, he's a general, been a general for probably close to 50 years as well. So it depends on where you want to be. You don't have to have a X. In fact, X, I'll call it a bragging right because it doesn't necessarily mean you're any more active. It just means you passed the test.
I know the tech in general, but I just never put the time into it.
Nobody's gonna put you down for not doing it. I mean, I like to promote the idea that people want to move forward. There's ways to do it. If you're happy where you are, that's all that matters.
Definitely happy. Thanks, Paul.
Very good. That's John here in Mount Juliet, Kilo Oscar 4 Tango. Go. Anyway, North 11. Who is that?
Henry, Mike, Charlie. Sorry about that.
Ah, very good. Tony, I don't think you've checked in before, have you?
Found out about talking to KF4 ALB. Chris lives down there. He told me about it. And I thought I'd check in just VHF and UHF stuff up and back up after the storm. Going to be working on VHF stuff back up, trying to get back on there. It's been quite a while.
Ah, very good. Well, welcome back to the hobby then. Yeah. With that KI call, you're
Right up there, I can see on my license. I've had it quite a few years though.
very good. Well, you sound good right now. What antenna are you using?
I'm just using it's a little old, I got it from MFJ, I think it was. It's a little old VHF, UHF antenna I got from Memphis. Not a real expensive antenna. It's just a little on about a 20-foot pole out here outside the house.
Well, it's doing fine. It's not a huge signal, but I can copy it just fine there, Tony. Anything else for that? And I appreciate you being there. Really, we'd like to have people check into that who haven't been here before.
Thank you for doing it. Thank you, sir. 73 here, buddy.
Very good. That's Tony, Kilo India for Hotel Mike Charlie. I think he said he was North 11. Was there somebody else in there too?
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
Have you checked in before?
I don't think so.
Ah, very good. Everything going okay, Larry?
Yeah, man, we doing good. You get sunburned today?
No, I didn't spend that much time outside today, but it was pretty. I mean, it was really nice.
All right, Paul, we'll let you get on with it. KE4 SYB.
Very good. That's Larry with a big signal out of Rockvale. Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray.
November 2 Yankee Charlie. That call sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if I know it.
I've been listening to you for the longest in Orlando. Over.
In Orlando?
Yes, on YouTube.
Ah, okay, very good. So you're just visiting up here, or what? Or you just listen there?
No, I transferred back to Tennessee.
Ah, okay, very good. Where were you near Orlando?
I was right next to SeaWorld.
Oh, very good. Yeah, SeaWorld's a neat place. A little busy though, wasn't it?
Too much work, busy all the time there, but with the company I was with, I transferred down this way and now I'm in the middle of looking for a home.
Well, looking for a home here, I'm pretty sure is the same pricey problem as you have in Central Florida.
Not even. Trust me, not even close.
Is it cheaper here than it is in where you were near Orlando?
Oh, absolutely. A starter brand new, out the box is $350.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, my son has an older home that's a little, like a 1,200 square foot house, relatively small lot in Tampa, and I think it goes now for over 400,000.
Yeah, anything in Tampa is costing pretty penny right now.
Unbelievable, really, what real estate has done, and here because of the growth in the Middle Tennessee area, it's unbelievable how much my home value. I can't even afford my own house if it was up for sale.
Yeah, my mom's house when it was purchased back when it was 128,000. Right now, it is appraised at 262,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but that's a good time to um, either sell, but then you got to move way out somewhere, or you get one of those. What do they call those? Somebody they pay you to live in your own home. One of those deals. I forget what that's called.
Now, my mom's not even thinking about selling. My dad passed away. That's why I've been QRZ for a bit. I lost my dad, then a few months later, I lost her. So I went 10-7 for quite a bit.
Oh, that's awful. How old was your daughter?
She was 33.
Wow, that's way too young to go. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, tomorrow marks her anniversary. I make sure I made it back over here. But I said I wasn't touching anything for a year. And so I figured I'll grab the mic and say hello. I'll probably fire her up the repeater. I still have my assigned frequencies and everything. So we'll take the cobwebs out. We got to pull it all out of boxes and stuff. I created everything up before I left. And, get everything warmed up. I have to go up, climb the tower. I'm waiting for a decent day and check that antenna, my coax, and everything. Retune everything.
Yeah, very good, Ramon. Yeah, I remember last I talked to you. Yeah, because you were your mother and dad were still alive, so it's been a while, but it's been at least a year.
Yes, sir. It was my dad passed in November of November 28th of 2021, and 2022 marked 1 year. And my daughter passed away February 23rd of 2022. She took her life.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. And obviously nobody saw that coming, right?
No, sir. She took her life because she was heartbroken and nobody saw it coming. She did try it once, but she said she would be succeeded.
Oh boy. Well, let's hope you can put that behind you. I mean, I don't understand it myself, and I don't expect to be able to give you any advice on it for sure if I don't understand it. So I hope you can get over that easily. I'm sure it isn't easy though. I'm still My mother passed away now. They live with me here. My wife, excuse me, my mother-in-law and they both died within a week of each other, 7 days of each other. And so it was pretty easy, pretty bad. But again, they were both in their 90s, so it wasn't a super shock. They weren't young, and they all both had good lives. But at the same time, I don't say I struggle, but almost every day I think of something that I should have done, could have done, would have done, or should have asked her, or didn't ask her. You know what I'm saying? I still think about it almost every day.
That's going on every day for a year for me. Every time my phone rings, I'm always thinking that it's her. She always calls me every day, say, "Hey, Dad." But I'm blessed. I have a couple of her recordings of her voice saying that. Every once in a while, I'll play it, get cheered up a little bit, get over it. It's a hard thing. She was my firstborn, daddy's little girl, and there's a lot of things I could have, I should have. People say I shouldn't blame myself, but I mean, I tried bringing her. She didn't want to leave Tennessee. Um, but the worst thing about all of this, after her passing, Children's Services swiped up the children. She had two babies. I've been fighting for custody for about a year now, and I'm still fighting for custody of them. Children's Services just don't want to give them up.
Oh wow. Well, good luck with that. I hope it works out for you. That's kind of important. You hate to see your grandchildren in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, especially when you got family. Um, and But anyway, I'm gonna get to see them tomorrow. I'm gonna get that supervised visit with them. I've been traveling back and forth for the last year visiting them, and I chose to move back over here and fight this. It's a little bit complicated with these people. I don't understand why they make so difficult. I mean, traveling back and forth, they should see financing can support them. But for them, for those who are listening that want to understand children's services. After I've been doing a lot of research, these children are all these children that children's services hold. Just so people understand why people have so hard of a problem getting children out of the system, is that the money that they get when children are took it in, the state, they get assigned a lawyer, and the state automatically seek custody of them, temporary custody. Once they seek temporary custody of them, then they hit the father or the mother or both of them for child support. That's their income, and that's why they don't want to let these kids go. They use all kinds of excuses and over and everything else. But after a lot of research, I have found out that that's the reason why in Tennessee, mostly in Tennessee, is the reason why they tend to hard let go of these kids.
Oh, that's wild. I wouldn't have guessed that, but I can see why that's happening. Sure. Well, that's the same thing with foster care. Foster parents are paid quite a sum for the children that they have in their custody.
That's where that money comes from. And then now, so people don't know, children's services do not take care of these kids. Okay, children's services pay another company. This other company takes care of these kids. They're the one that finds the foster parents and all. And then this company is the one that oversees that. And children's services pays this company to do that. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's wild. Well, I don't think I'm surprised because I don't put a whole lot of faith in any state. The government running things is often a messed up enterprise. And I think you already realize that, Ramon.
Well, the situation here in Tennessee is a self-supporting state. It doesn't get any federal financing. There are a lot of states that get federal financing, and those are the states that don't have the dilemma with children's services. But Tennessee, Department of Children's Services has been investigated federally a couple of times, and their response in the federal court, they state that they're undermanned, that they don't have enough foster homes or they don't have enough employees. But when I did a research of how many employees Children's Services have here in Tennessee, people will go. Tennessee has employees for Children's Services. Ready for this? 136,000 employees that work for Children's Services in Tennessee.
That's a pretty big enterprise. I'm not surprised that they're burning up all that money. Sure. Listen, I got to move on, Ramon, but I'm sorry about your problems. I hope they work out for you. Really, it's those are terrible family problems to have, and I feel sorry for the situation. Anyway, that was Ramon, November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray, and you're still in Murfreesboro, right, Ramon?
Located in Murfreesboro and trying to find a home close by mom. And this is November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray. I apologize for anybody who really wasn't interested in my affairs or found it a little bit of information there. It's always good to learn something new. I've been listening, like I said, I've been listening to your programs on YouTube, and many a time I wanted somehow, some way to join the group, but you don't have, can't do Echo Link on this or anything else, so I wasn't able to join the group. But throughout the year I was over there, I was actually listening to all your shows, so it actually kept me in the ham. So this is November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray, sending it back to Net Control. Thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is N2YTX. Will be listening.
Very good. That was Ramon again, November 2, Yankee Charlie X-ray, who's been following That's fun. That's fun to hear that, Ramon, following us on the YouTube from when he was in Florida. Anyway, anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Delta Oscar.
Very good. This is John, isn't it?
QSL Roger in Brentwood, Tennessee.
Yeah, I get it. I was kind of half listening when you gave your call. I had to think about it.
Yeah, what's going on, man? You doing okay?
Oh yeah, it's always good. Yeah. It's almost every net. Before the net, I think to myself, I can't believe we've done this many nets, because, like I said, we're up to 876 because I write it down on the notes. I can't believe I've done nets longer than I was in the military. I've done nets longer. I've been doing it longer than I was in junior high school and high school. I was married for less time on one of my marriages than I've been doing nets.
Yeah, Roger. Well, you got to be good at something, Paul, and you're definitely good at Simplex Net. So thanks for putting them on, man. And I always have a good time. And 73 to everybody on the net, and hope you guys are having as much fun as I am with amateur radio. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, it's all fun. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. I've said that before, and I can't imagine anybody staying in ham radio if they weren't having fun. Nobody stays in a hobby that they're not being paid for if it's not fun. And it is fun, because the magic of it is, even now when I think about it, I realize my voice right now is going up all the way to the fringes of, Kentucky, the lower edge of Kentucky. Well, I know they can hear me usually up in the Bowling Green, maybe down to the Alabama line. I'm not sure about that, because I've never had any. Yes, I did. Had somebody up on the mountain down there near Huntsville. They were talking to me one time, but they were high up on there's a mountain peak just east of Huntsville that they talked to me from. But anyway, when I realized even if you use a 40-mile radius, we're talking about hundreds of square miles that my voice can be heard. It's kind of scary. Anyway, that was John. Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Delta Oscar, and he's in Brentwood. Sound like I was drinking it. Who else is any place anywhere? Nowhere anywhere? No lollygaggers, lurkers, or sandbaggers?
Hey, you want to speak?
For some reason, I was thinking you might jump in there, Scott.
Yeah, I've been sitting there waiting for you to call my name.
Maybe I ought to do that. Lurkers, lollygaggers, or Scott.
There you go. I put up a new desk today for laptops and printers and hooked all my radios back up and everything turned back on. Believe that.
Okay, I got a question for you. What did we do before we had laptops and computers and cell phones? What did we do with our time and our money?
I hear you. Paper and pen.
Well, it was just a whole different world when you think. I mean, I feel like we grew up in the Gutenberg era or something.
You know, I thought it was the neatest thing when the company I worked for gave me a pager. And I said, hey, that is pretty neat.
I felt the same way about the first fax machine I used at 300 baud or whatever it was.
Yeah. All right, Paul, you going to do 220 tonight, or where are we going next?
Next is 28415, and then we'll move right over. That'll be another just about 6 or 8 minutes over to 223415. But 28415 first.
Well, listen hard for me. I don't have the antenna up very high yet, again. But I'm talking on 220. 10 meter, I don't know. K1SP.
I'm pretty sure I heard you last time. That was Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. He always wants to check in when I ask for lurkers, lollygaggers, and sandbaggers. Now I'm going to change it to lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, and Scott. Anybody else before we move on? Very good. We're going to go over to 28415 unless I hear a scream. No screaming. Very good. 28415. We had grand total of 28 check-ins tonight, which was a big night for us recently. And I'm moving over there now. K4PW. Oh, my word. This is K4PEW net control for Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net here on 28415. Looking for check-ins from the east. Please come now. Very good. Got you in there, Stan. That's Stan in Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo in Lebanon. Who else is east? Anybody else east? How about north? Anybody north? Please come now. It's either a bad night or I'm going deaf. Anybody else west, or excuse me, east or north or west?
KM4 YRF.
Yeah, oh, man, I got to get my hearing aids adjusted, man. That was a big signal.
Well, good deal.
Okay, got a Michael in there, KM4YRF. I think I just heard Brent in there, Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec. That was you, wasn't it, Brent?
That's affirmative.
Yeah, your signal sounded good tonight. Who else? Anyway, that's Brent in Northwest Wilson, Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec. Who else is? I'll stay with east and north. Come now. Is anybody copying something I can't hear? Apparently not. Going over to the west then.
WY4G.
Hey, you sound great there, Jeff. How are you copying the other stations okay?
Well, it wasn't hard you, Mike, and Brent. Brent's a little weak, but yeah, Mike's pretty strong.
Okay, very good. Well, Larry. Stan is over there in Lebanon, so he may not be able to do as well. And he's using a horizontal antenna. Which antenna are you? You're using a vertical. That's right, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm with 899.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yep. You're probably not going to hear him as well either where you are. Anyway, that was Jeff in Madison, Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Who else is west?
Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor, Jack and Donaldson.
Well, I'm glad you and Michael aren't transmitting together. I'd actually be deaf in both ears.
Well, everybody sounded pretty good tonight.
Very good. That's Jack in Donaldson, Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. Who else is west? Sounding good to you, everybody, too, Greg?
Yeah, for you, I heard everybody tonight. And the outfit phones and the registration record, I believe, I would have been able to get out and submit the website.
Yeah, very good. No, I just thought it sounded good. I didn't hear anybody from the east though, besides Stan, so I was a little worried. Who else is? I thought that was Kilo Delta for Charlie Victor Echo. It's Greg and Antioch. Who else is west or south? I heard you in there fine there, Scott. Cool. Were you copying many stations from where you are? Okay, very good. It's curious because you said you had some difficulties, hearing with that antenna. Very good. That's Scott. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. He's in Laverne. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere? Nothing. Well, we'll get one more chance. Lurkers, lollygaggers, sandbaggers, scanner listeners. They got to email me though. And flat earthers, preppers. Who else?
End time survivalists.
Oh, the end time survivalists. That's right. They're a subset of the preppers, or I think one's above the other. All right, I'm not hearing. Anybody hearing anything I'm not hearing?
I'm hearing nothing, Paul.
Yeah, no news is good news, I guess. All right, we had a grand total of 8, and we are moving right over to 223. Are you set up yet on the 220 there, Michael?
I've got the antenna mounted. It's not high enough yet, and I still got to run the coax. So by this weekend, I'll be ready.
Other than that, you're ready, I tell you. Sounds good. Okay, guys, would you announce over on 2 meters about that on 223-415? I'm sure we won't get any additional customers, but might as well do it.
Will do, Paul.
All right, thanks. K4PW. All right, we're moving over to 223-415. K4PW. This is K4PW. Control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio. Looking to check ins on 223-415. Ah, very good, Jack. You got a good strong signal tonight. Very good. Who else is out there besides Jack? 84C. You know what I just I wanted to write it down every time we have that. Who else is out there? You can always count on the best. Oh, I know. It's awesome. Anybody else west? Please come in. Anybody anywhere besides the three of us, the three musketeers here? Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. We got Scott in Laverne. You must be copying him, okay, Greg? That's interesting, Scott. Greg in Laverne, Greg in Antioch is not copying you, but I am. Now I'm not copying. Scott, are you still there? Okay, I don't know if you caught that, but I'm copying you. Okay, but Greg over there in Antioch is not copying you. All right, very good. Let me move on. We had was Scott 1 Sierra Papa Delta. How about you, Jack? Were you copying Scott? Hello, Jack. Okay, very good. Very good. Is anywhere? Please come in. Man, we got to get Michael back, get him on the air. We need more than 4 check-ins. Man, Chef. We're in Tony ahead tonight. It was up there. It was more than 7. I think it was 7 or more. I forget. It was just a few missing, and maybe I don't know what we have to do. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the reason is. That's right. Maybe these are the people with hamatosis. We got ham breath. It keeps people away. Very good. Anybody else? Please come now.
I'm just happy it's not DMR, although I have that for this band.
I'm telling you that DMR. I'm gonna do something to try to get somebody in the nation. I think I told you that. I tried looking on. I'll have to look on QRZ as well. Maybe I'll ask the question in the forums there, because nobody on in groups.io has a group that talks about DMR simplex. Nobody on Google Groups as a group that talks about simplex. DMR, we've been foiled by the DMR Motorola people because it's not a simplex mode at all.
Well, see, but I thought we knew that. I thought we knew that at the beginning. Did we forget that?
I don't know if we knew it. Yeah, I guess we presumed it, but I didn't know it would be that bad.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, again, nobody else, maybe nobody else tried.
I mean, the agencies I went to say that use it, like the person, I don't know. But it seems like, some of them going through the local, the local eyes, the feeders, I don't know, maybe hot spots, I don't know how they're doing it, but great for them.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're either using repeaters or they're using short range stuff, but we're not short range. I mean, we're talking, 12, 14, 15 miles. In general, that's been about our range so far. And I'm surprised Joel hasn't been in it, because he got a digital amp for 40 watts out of Joel's.
We're pushing, I think, pushing more than 5 miles really active for that. I think tomorrow, I think we've learned that.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no question. Well, I don't know. I don't really know if somebody's got a great elevation and a great antenna, maybe. But even then, obviously, there's lots of people I'd love to hear from people who can hear me that tried to check in but can't, and they're using their own, their 2 meter, and a lot of people don't have a 220 antenna is the problem. Like, for instance, Jeff in Madison, he's probably listening now. He has a 220 radio, had one. Now he's going to get another one shipped in because that one was faulty. But you have to have a reasonable size 220 antenna. That's the deal.
Yeah, the 510 works nice. I bet the 700 does too.
It does reasonably well. I don't know. You might need a VHF tuner though, or a VHF tuner.
Yeah, I wondered how hard that would be fun.
Frank has one. Okay, I know he got one. I'm not sure where he got.
So he cleans that up and doesn't go right into the 510.
Yeah. Well, he did. Yeah, he goes right into the 510, but it's through the tuner. That's correct. And I'm surprised he's not in here tonight.
And then Charles.
Yeah, Charles as well. You're right.
We're just checking them all. We're going to call roll calls so somebody else can stuff.
Well, that's what we'll do. We'll check them in, and then I'll put a list up of the people that checked in and make them complain about it.
Just ask and say that we talk bad about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we couldn't hear it. No, that was it. We couldn't hear him. We all just say, hey, we couldn't hear him. What was up?
What you guys are saying that DMR really depends on repeaters.
Seems to be that's the answer, yes. But as we move forward, we'll see what happens. I just don't see a lot of people jumping out there to buy a DMR radio.
I hadn't heard a whole lot of good things about them, so I'm not in line to get one.
No, the radios are great. The radios are actually, they're nice and they're sophisticated. That's another thing. You gotta break through that barrier of trying to figure out how to program it, because it's not like other radios. And I've got a 70 centimeter DMR handheld. It's a dual mode handheld. It's great radio, well built TYT. I really like it, but it's useless on 70 centimeters unless I had a repeater. But I never get on repeaters with a handheld.
You were traveling a lot with them in handy.
I guess, but I'd love to see how much traffic is handled on one of those DMR repeaters, because I don't hear much.
11 and
Yeah, but is there much traffic on it?
I scan it, probably daily. So are those repeaters owned by clubs or individuals? I'm not sure. That's probably an individual. There's some open repeaters that I could give y'all a number if you wanted to hear it. To check in. I can't remember exactly, but 70 centimeters. 450625, I think it is.
Yeah, I'd like to. Again, I don't want to even think about getting on a repeater with it, quite honestly, because it just, to me, it would be a waste of my time even to make the attempt.
There's no need. And they're generally we are with conversations.
Well, I think you guys knew my premise from the beginning with the digital nets was, here's all these hands with these D-Star. The reason at least I think it was we, wanted to at least had a chance to talk to people simply.
We had 9 on the D-Star. It wasn't 220. It was the D-Star net about 2 weeks ago. I couldn't believe how many.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I don't think it was high.
Yeah, that was D-Star. That's the most we've ever had.
Well, I'm glad, really. I'm thrilled because like I said, it gives it up. It's an opportunity, not just to talk. It's an opportunity to see if your radio is working properly in that mode, and you can do it simplex, and you realize there's other people out there. For what? Yeah. Well, let me go. I think that's all we got for tonight. Appreciate everybody checking in. And of course, we had a grand total of 4: K1SPD, Scott, we had KD4CVE, Greg, and we had KG4ILV, Jack, and then myself, K4PEW, Paul here in the mountaintop. The snow all melted today, so the skiing season's over for me. This is K4PEW closing the net.
Thanks, Bob. See you Saturday. Greg, show up to the breakfast Saturday if you can. I won't make it this week, but I will do it one of these days.
You can show up in a mask, because I know you hate people.
I really don't like people, but I don't eat breakfast, so you fit right in.
So I said, we're not really people, Jack.